Okay, part 3 of 3. I'm just positive that it's not going to take me 10 minutes to get to the end of this one. All right, so we talked about status quo, harm, solvency, and inherency. The last term that I want to talk to you about, which is considered one of the stock issues, so those are harms, solvency, inherency, and topicality. We call these the stock issues because they are part of every single debate. We always talk about these things. Topicality is an argument that the negative team might make, which is basically saying, hey, you should vote the affirmative team down because their case, their plan, is not even an example of this year's debate resolution. This argument involves defining a word or phrase that is in the resolution and making an argument for why we should not interpret the resolution in the way that the affirmative team has. So they will have to explain to you why that's something that you should vote on, but essentially they are accusing the other team of cheating or interpreting the round in a way that's not fair for the negative team. So if you're going to evaluate topicality, it's probably the first thing that you want to think about. It comes before we consider whether or not the affirmative team's plan is a good idea, because what the negative team is basically saying is, hey, the affirmative team has carried the ball out of bounds here, and so they should not be allowed to score points with it. Finally, the comparative advantage. Most judges, I think, at the end of the round are trying to decide which world sounds better. The world in which we do the affirmative team's plan, or the world of the status quo where we do not do the affirmative team's plan. So at the end of the round, that's really what you're choosing between. Are we going to do the plan or are we not going to do the plan? And don't let negative teams argue that like the affirmative team's plan would never happen, because remember, the resolution has the word should in it. The affirmative team's job is to present the plan that should happen. So we're going to imagine that if you sign the ballot affirmative, that is exactly what would happen. And whatever needs to happen to make that plan happen will go into effect. After the round, a few more logistical things. Just as there was a Topeka West debater outside of the room to help you before the round started and offer to be a timekeeper, there is going to be a Topeka West student in your hallway after your round as well. So let them check the ballot. That's what they're there for. They'll make sure that you've done everything just perfectly for us. On your ballot, you're going to want to indicate a clear winner. You're going to need to award unique speaker points to each side and to each individual debater. Once you've done that, open up that door to the hallway, show your ballot to a Topeka West debater, let them check it. They will take your ballot from you, and that is okay. Those are the instructions that they have received. If you have more rounds, you can head back to the library where you're going to find your new ballot waiting for you. And in between that time and your next round, you can feel free to, have a cup of coffee, have some snacks. We'll have a whole hospitality lounge set up just for you. If you do not have any more rounds, then once you have checked out with that Topeka West debater and they've looked at your ballot and they said, hey, this looks great, then we thank you very much for judging and you can be on your way. Either way, whether you're done or not, please help yourself to some hospitality. I wish that I could pay all of my judges cash money. I think that you're doing hard work and important work. At least let us feed you. Please, we insist. So I hope that this instructional video has been helpful to you. I have tried to keep it short and sweet. But hey, if you want to chat with me or ask me any questions about anything that might happen in a debate round, if you are interested in this year's debate topic and kind of want an idea of, well, what sort of cases can I expect to hear? What kinds of arguments can I expect the negative team to make? I love talking about that stuff. It's like a big part of my job. So I'd be happy to field any of those questions for you. But in any case, we look forward to seeing you on October 27th and or the 28th. Again, I just want to thank you so much for judging, and we can't make this happen without you. We'll see you in a bit. Take care.